come here humble. Please, please open. Please open the gate. I come here humble.
Hello, Astro. You get the welcoming call. Had to go and put some jewelry on, honey. I made this. I got to work on it a little bit. I don't know, it may just be about finished. I just made this ring last night. Let me see.
I come here humble.
This is the first ring I've ever made, so it's kind of awkward. Let me see. Okay. So you see it clean. Do you see it good, Astro? It's the first one I ever made. I made it out of copper. Hello, Trina. Hey, Asani. Hello, ER Will. I was supposed to come on at 10, but I said I'm going to go ahead and get started early. Put a little bit of music. Relax. You know, we'll just chill down and get ourselves ready. Got some music on. Got my conjure music going. Hey, Mary, how you doing? I need to let somebody know to, let me start this from the beginning. I need to let somebody know. Thank you for moderating, Mary. Astro, I think you're moderating too. Thank you for moderating. I got to get used to this. I'm not going to punch too many buttons because I got knocked out of my studio. I didn't get knocked out the studio. I exited the studio and couldn't figure out how to get back in. And it took me to delete the video to be able to end the stream. I can leave now and the stream will keep going for the next 24 hours. It won't stop. And I'm going to do some stuff like that if y'all like to. While I'm only allowing people that I trust in the studio where they can talk. Only people I trust.
I come here humble.
Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Thank you. I actually made the ring. I made the ring last night. I can't figure out how in the hell it's supposed to be going. Like I say, you know, it's all kind of all new to me. So I did something here. I look like I got lotion on. I don't know why my hands look a little bit, not lotion. I actually have baby oil on. So I don't know why my hands look a little dry. Hang on a minute, let me put some more baby oil on there. Excuse the background.
I come here humble.
I'll be back. Let me make sure my hands are good and oiled up. Ooh. I'm about to bend this and get this right. I thought I had bent everything real good. Yeah, I don't have time, but I would use my tools to bend this into place because I want y'all to see it close up. See, I made it out of copper, and then I'm in love with this color stone. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some more with that stone. I love an aqua stone. I think it's so pretty. It's a little bit loose, but it can be adjusted. No, I think that's just about it. I made it a little bit too big. My mandrel is not the greatest. I didn't make this. I got this from the thrift store. I just thought it was cute. So I got it. Got on my Mardi Gras beads. I'm ready. This is Mardi Gras season for us. Well, now this is my priestess bead. Some people think it's Mardi Gras bead. So they're saying, hey, where did you get that from? You know, and here's one. Now this is my favorite right here. And then just a regular bead, I call it Mobile. Well, you know, you can catch a lot of beads in Mississippi, Gulfport, and Mobile, but you can't catch no beads in New Orleans. I mean, I'm telling you, man, that Zulu parade, they don't want to give you no beads. They play games. On certain streets, they'll throw all the coconuts and all the beads. But on certain streets, they ain't gonna throw nothing. So if you want something, come to Mobile. Because I will be going there from now on. I get bags and bags of stuffed animals and beads and cookies and potato chips, noodles, just food. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't want that to go into something else. So we're just hanging around a bit if y'all don't mind. Or we can go ahead and get started. Just trying to see how many people in here. I'm trying to get used to this. Trying to understand how many people in the chat. Maybe you all can tell. I cannot tell. Okay. Please open. Okay, let's do something else here. Have to use my own music. If you use somebody else's music, you can't make no money. Mama need to make all the money she can make. I don't want to use nobody else's stuff. Hello? It's party night. Come on, y'all, party with me. This song was a hit back in the day. A small hit, not a real hit, y'all. Hello, Jackie, and thank you for moderating. How are you? Hey, Cape Fear. Hey, Queen Sheba. How you been? Where you been, Queen Sheba? Did I miss anybody? Just had some beat power. Y'all, this glass so old. I had this glass since 2006. It look kind of messed up because the beet powder. When you mix that beet powder up, it makes your glass a little dull. The beet powder is real good. I like it because it got a slight sweet taste to it. But you can get this out of Walmart. It's like a superfood. You mix it up in water, some chilled water, and drink it. It's supposed to be good for blood circulation. Whew, so what y'all been up to? What y'all been up to? Okay, Jackie says, Happy New Moon. Well, thank you. Same to you. Hello, Chula. How are you doing? You just drank some beats too. Yeah, I mean, I'm like this. When I try something, I want to see some noticeable difference and stuff. So far, the only noticeable difference I've noticed is that I like the way it tastes. It's a good alternative to soda pops. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Empress Wise Turtle, how you doing? Hey, melanated high priestess, where you been? Oh, she's gorgeous. Hello, teacup. Hey, Fear, where's the fire? Hey, Erica. Hey, Veggie Woman. Where you at, Mary? I thought I saw Mary here. Hey, Ocean Waves. Hey, Julie. Thank you, Mary. Mary, I'm gonna get that to you tomorrow. I got to wait till it's daylight because everybody got off and it was dark. So I know I need to do that in the daylight. You know, when it's a lot of light. Okay. Hey, Divine Feminine, how are you doing? Hey, Amy, where you been? Hey, Brown Eyes, how you doing? Hey, Trina. Hey, Simply Keela. Simply Keela got the welcoming call. Woo, y'all had a load of beans, so y'all know what that means. No. When I eat beans, I can eat so many of them. Woo, and y'all know what's going. It's gonna be a bomb going off somewhere in another country. Oh my God, it's gonna be a bomb going on. Hey, Sasha, where you been, Sasha? Hey, Chastain, where you been? I got started a little early. I just couldn't. I just couldn't hold still. So I said, let me go ahead and get started. Jackie said she had black beans. Oh, Jackie, I had the mixed bean of all beans. The little colorful beans in the bag. Those are my favorite. They have like the butter bean. Oh, goodness. Woo! It has the butter bean, the lima bean. Looks like it has the split pea. They call it a bean soup. And just said pintos and all colors, just colors and colors of beans. Y'all, when I eat them, I can't stop. So y'all know what time it is, honey. It's gonna be a mess. Then I plan on eating some oatmeal before the night is over. Oh, chickpeas in it too, veggie woman. Okay, that and then I know I shouldn't have. I put me a smoked turkey wing in there with it. Ooh, y'all. So y'all, it's gonna be a bomb going off somewhere, but let's just hope it ain't nowhere near us and the people that we love. Okay, let's put that out in the universe. Cause see, I'm telling you, words are powerful. Okay, Sharon said, did y'all see where E Nadu said she a witch? Oh, okay. Who is E Nadu? I've never even heard of him or her. Okay, should we get on into this, or do y'all want to hear another song before it's over with? Okay, let me take a poll. Should we go ahead on and do another song? Huh? I got to make some more songs. I'm getting tired of those. Anybody want to make a suggestion? Anybody wants to make a suggestion? Anybody? Going once, going twice, going thrice, going thrice, and a thrice. Okay. Oh, okay. Tina, how are you? Tina says, hello, Mother Wisdom. I'm so glad I caught you live, sending you my love. Same to you. Okay. Hey, Cherokee Tulu wants to hear another song. Let's get another one out here. Okay. We got another one. Here we go. I should have brought the Bluetooth in here. I've been waiting for a minute for you to come. Let me now. Let's get this mood started. But we're gonna be starting 30 minutes early. Let me get a link out here. It'd be nice to have a few people so we can discuss. Let me see, somebody on, they're not here yet. They had that show on 5. Do you hear me? They had it on 5. When it's on 5 like that, it just seems like it just mess with stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what you call that thing? Anchor don't even want us to come back out no more. They just throw it all our ass out. They just get your ass out. Okay. So we got to be real careful what we do or what we say. Okay. We got to be very careful. Let's just stick with the topic. I want to talk about the craft, magic. Whether you want to talk, whether that falls in the line of voodoo, I think all of it is under the same umbrella. Voodoo, Santeria, Palo Mayombe, black magic. I just want us to concentrate on talking about that and how that is going to eventually affect the church or how it is affecting the church. You know, because they got their own little magic. They got their Christian magic over there. Is that a good topic? And then I want to talk about Voodoo Dolls. Did I speak to you, Empress Wise Turtle? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, Sean, Butterfly. Hey, Vicky, how you doing, girl? Hey, Nicole. Hey, Fire Goddess. How you doing? Okay, so that's what we want to do. We want to kind of like stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tiffany. So I want to go over that. I want to go over. I think I'm about ready to turn this music off. It's aggravating me. Okay, I really want to get deep into this. I want to share the audio and the platform with people who want to be able to speak out verbally about how the craft is of not affecting your life, but how you are incorporating it into your life and what led you here, and like what's your outlook on, adopting the craft into your into your journey, something of that nature. And let's just talk about how you all think it's going to impact the church in the long run, whether or not it will impact the church. You know what I'm saying? Because they do magic in there too. Because I said I was going to get ready to, I'm going to save that for the show. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I have a bad habit when I'm on camera to calm my nerves, because I have like a nervous condition when I get in front of this camera. Okay. Mama have to smack on some chewing gum. It's very relaxing. You know what I'm saying? So give Mama a minute, be looking for her gum. You understand? So, because Mama just don't want to make a mistake and hit the wrong button somewhere, and then Mama be outside the studio again. Because guess what? This time I got to figure out where's the link so I can copy it and put it in the chat room so that you all can get in. So anybody who feel like they can they feel comfortable coming. Shout out to Double Mint. I know it ain't good for you, but shout out to Double Mint. It's one of my favorite gums. It's the only favorite gum I like. My dad used to like juicy fruit. hmm But this is what I want to go over. You know, and how your families are reacting to it. We want to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to be respectful to each and every one of us as witches. Just because we witches don't mean we got to be nasty to one another. You know what I'm saying? Respect each other's ideal. Some folks might say they feel like they ride on a horse into the woods during the midnight, and some might say they might turn into tigers and wolves and all of that. We just ain't necessarily saying that you got to get down to get down. We just want to just say, oh, okay, that's what you do, okay, and respect it. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody an opportunity to express how the craft is working with them and they life. That's it. Okay. Is that fair? So, is there anyone who like to get on here with mine? Anybody? So I can prepare myself for it early. You'll tend to see me not saying very much because I like to, it's a treat to observe the people who listen to me. And not only that, I am intrigued with the fact that, you know, the people who are here are some very enlightened people, okay? Because your audience, you know, is a reflection, is a mirror, you understand, of you in a sense, your content and what you know what I'm saying, what you present, your material and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and so and then like I said, you know, I'm learning too. Mama's a student. So I like to just sit back and observe. And I mean that night, man, it was really nice. Mama called herself tinkering around, went out the studio, and could not get back in. Everybody was still going. If that happens again, feel free to continue. You understand? And then just say, hey, mama, we done. Okay? So, hey, mama, midnight. Oh, hey, girl. I need some sound effects up in here. Y'all, let me see if I can find some sound. Do we need some sound effects? Do they got some sound effects on YouTube? Let me see. I don't want to make a mistake and play the wrong thing. No, I ain't taking no chance. You could put a sound effect on there with somebody clapping, and somebody might just say they own that. And then you'll get a letter from YouTube saying, we found copywritten material on here. And then when I look, mama won't be able to monetize her video. So, okay. I don't think that'll be a good idea. I do my own sound effects with my mouth. Okay. So, anybody would like to come into the studio with mama, the actual, what we want to cover is the craft. Like I said, it may be palo, voodoo. It just may be an array of magical practices. Y'all know I love some conspiracy too, okay? So we can do some of that. And just talk about, hey, look, you know what I'm saying, Mom? This is where I think we're going on our journey with this right here. This is where we're going. This is what's going to happen in the future. This is how it is fortifying my family. You understand? You know, something of that nature, okay? Ain't nobody got the courage to come on tonight. I don't see nobody saying nothing. Okay. We got one person. We got Astro. Oh, you afraid to join Astro? Why? Nobody wants to come on with Mama tonight. Okay, Mama Midnight, I know you coming. Let me give you the link, okay? Now I'm just gonna sit back and let Mama Midnight talk. You and SK Production have some great chemistry. You don't you believe it or not, I don't know if you know it, y'all have great chemistry together. I mean, y'all kept the place lit. Somebody else was in there with y'all. I don't know who it was. Somebody was in there with you. I don't know, with you and SK Production. Y'all had it lit up. SK Production was like, "Where Mama at?" No, that was you. Mama Midnight said, "Where Mama at?" SK Production said, "Yeah, where she at? You mean tell me she don't know how to get back in her own studio?" Where he at? Mary says she would, but she don't feel like putting her teeth in. Okay, we don't care. You don't have to put your teeth in here. You know what I'm saying? It's the message that counts. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Ocean Waves said everybody's scared. How you doing, Ocean Waves? Okay, let me put the link in here. And I like it when it's two or more because I can just sit back and listen. I just enjoy just sitting back and listening. Okay, let me put the link in here. Okay, that's the link. Somebody said, I think that was you, Jackie, said when you click on it, it was sending you back to the Mother Wisdom channel. I think what you have to do is you have to, when you click on that, I don't know how you do it. I just thought maybe when you click on it, it send you to the studio. Come right on in, Vicky. I just put the link out and put it out here again. Okay, I can always count on Mama Midnight. Here she is. She is ready. And like I said, you kept it lit, girl. Okay, I barely can't hear you.
Okay, hold on.
Turn up your volume.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Hey, Fire Goddess, how you doing? Did I speak to you already? I did. Why is everybody looking so new? I got to get used to this. Hey, Black Butterfly.
Okay. See, I wonder did it. Okay, hello?
Okay, that's beautiful.
Okay.
There's some feedback.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Hey, better than ever 2020. Better than ever 2020. I was just thinking about you before you did this live, and I was going to message to see if you were doing it 9 years ago. Papa Leg Book. Oh, I told you. Papa. Must have gave you. Okay. You change your mind about.
Okay, is that better?
Okay, much better. Not better than ever 2020. Not only do I still like owls, but I have a different type of respect for them. I have humbled myself to the owl because the owl bring omens. And when the owls show up, they don't be no good omens. They warn of sicknesses and death. So yeah, I like them, but I kind of like want to distance myself from them and just let them do their work, okay? Because they ain't just little cute little cuddly. Oh, how cute, okay? Okay, Chastain said this thing is lagging behind. I think it moves faster on some certain devices versus other devices. Okay, I'm waiting. Anybody else comment? Let me give you a link. Anybody want to be a part? How you been doing, Mama Midnight?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Girl, girl, y'all was too much.
You
Y'all
know
blew,
what?
y'all
You
blew me out the studio.
you know what? And it was so funny because when I went back and looked at the video that you did, like basically saying, talking about the live, somebody made a comment saying that we how did they put it? That we dominated or took it over or something like that. And I'm like, I
No,
mean, we didn't mean
y'all
to. It's just,
did not dominate. Y'all did not dominate it. Y'all did an awesome job. I'm hoping we can do that again. I really enjoyed it. I mean, y'all saw me just sitting back listening. I just said,
That's why I was like, we
ooh,
wasn't trying to
it was
put
fun.
mama out or nothing like that. We was
No,
just
y'all
talking.
didn't put me out. I was sitting around here tinkering around stuff, don't know what I'm doing, and put myself out. Got outside the studio and couldn't get back in. Anybody know how to get back in just in case I go to messing with something again?
See, I downloaded the app. I downloaded the StreamYard app. At least I think it's. I don't know what app I downloaded, but I thought I downloaded the one for this so I can make it easier to try to see if I can get to use of it myself. But I think I might have downloaded the wrong app,
Okay.
so I have to go back and look
Well,
and
you
see
know what? I
what to
cannot
do.
even. I don't even see an app to download from StreamYard.
I figured as much. Hey,
Hey,
Cape Fear.
how you doing? Okay, well, let me see. I don't know what it is. She's been
Oh,
muted.
hey, how y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. You was on mute. I had to unmute you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's nice to see you. Welcome
You too.
to the chat.
Thank you.
So what we wanted to talk about the craft. And just talk a little bit about how you came to the craft and how it is working for you. You understand? And how it's going to change the future as far as people who are who are attending church and everything. Will it impact the church? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that'll be a great topic for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Pardon me if I just sit back and just listen. It's just time for me to do some learning now. Okay.
Well, you want to go first, Cape Fear?
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay. So my actual name is Sharice, obviously. It's not Mama Midnight, but I got the idea for the name Mama Midnight by watching Constantine. And there was a brother in the movie, his name was Papa Midnight. So I was like, okay, I like that. So I just went ahead and adopted that. I actually came from the church. I was basically, a born and raised Christian, come from a long line of ministers, and was a minister myself. Um, and for some time, I was, bouncing around in terms of faith and belief, had questions. Now, I got interested in witchcraft when I was a kid. I even had a Ouija board. My sister bought me a Ouija board for Christmas. And she even had like a book or something about like voodoo or something like that, like this little red book, like a little, like like a book, like introduction to stuff, that kind of book. But I lost, I didn't really I lost interest in it. And then being raised in a Christian environment, that's probably something that they were going to not look so favorably on. Fast forward to 2015, 2016, something like that, I made the decision to go ahead and just completely step away from the church.
Oh, okay.
And then in 2018, it's like witchcraft kind of came to me. I didn't go seeking it.
Okay.
Because it was a time in my life where I was looking for something. I was looking for help for, psychological reasons because of childhood trauma. And it just kind of came out to me.
Okay.
And my plan was to try to find like a therapist, because I know that there's still some witches who have had similar issues. So what they did was they what they did was they still go see therapists and they on medications and stuff like that. I don't want to be on medication. I don't want to be on medication of no kind. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But I don't want to be on mood stabilizers and you know what I mean? It's like if it's not natural, if it's not something I can go outside and like, eat off a plant or something like that, or go to the grocery store and buy a plant. I really don't want to take stuff like that.
Okay.
I'd rather take pain than to take, some synthesized crap to deal with it. So, like I said, witchcraft just kind of came to me, and then it just went from there.
Okay.
And I feel like it just seems so comfortable, like I was home. Like I don't know another way to put it to like kind of like really emphasize how it felt. But like I said, it just felt like I was home.
Hmm. Okay. Well, beautiful, beautiful. I was trying to a beautiful story. So do you ever think that you might go back and back like they said, backslide,
Right,
tiptoe
backslide,
back to the church?
backslide back into Christianity. You know what? I thought about that, like just as a thought, like would I ever go back? But once your eyes are open, and I think somebody else said that, like a saying or something like that. Basically, once your eyes have been open, it's hard to go back to sleep.
There you go.
Once your
Okay.
eyes have been open, you how can you go back to sleep? And
There-
because I mean, you would only be going back because you scared, because you were afraid of hell.
Mhm.
And instead of trying to fight demons, I'd rather get to know them. Maybe we
Okay.
could, like maybe we could work together. Like that's where I am with mine. And a lot of people are, because and I think you've mentioned it before. There's even Christian witches, and it's like, how do you? I ain't knocking it. Do what you do, but
Mhm.
how do you be a Christian witch? Like I mean, I understand using the Bible
Uh-huh.
as basically a spell book. And I
Mhm.
used to be the biggest opponent of that. I used to be like, no, the Bible is not a spell book. It's not this, that, and the other. And I've come to find out that that's wrong. It is, because
Okay.
it's the energy that you put into it. And I
It's a book.
understand
Hey,
that.
it's a book of shadows.
It is. It's a grimoire. It's a book of shot. It's all
Right.
of that. You know what I'm? And it's like, and just think about the energy that has been put into that book, or for
Mhm.
for centuries. Yeah, all of that energy, and then energy that people are still feeding into it. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, there's a whole lot that could be used in that. And I didn't know that. At first I was like, oh, I would never, go back to the Bible and screw the Bible and this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
No, it's I went ahead and bought me one because I had gotten rid of all my Bibles. I went ahead and got me a couple of them. I'm
Okay.
like, shit, what is wrong with me? Like,
But you
because
know something. You know something. I noticed something about that book. We can do the black book. The black Bible is good
mm-hmm,
for your dark shadowy magics and your protections. You got
mm-hmm,
your red book. That's good for your other stuff like your love and all that. Then they even got a green one. The
mm-hmm,
green one is good for your finances and your money. So
mm-hmm,
it's best to have all colors. Okay. That's
mm-hmm,
just how deep it is. It makes me think about this situation. I remember some years back. It's a saying that if you got something on you, if you've been vexed, a man should go to a woman and a woman should go to a man. So I went
mm-hmm,
to this guy. He was a hoodoo practitioner, and I was under some crazy attacks. So he told me, he said, I want you to read Psalms 36 and Psalms 37 every night. I'm gonna tell you how I know for sure that it is something like it's something very supernatural about the Bible. I did
mm-hmm.
exactly what he said. He told me what time. He said, do it around midnight, between midnight and 4 when the saints are up. That's the terminology he used.
Okay.
And so I got in that hallway, I had the lights on, and I started reading 36 and 37. I kid you not. All my windows was down in my house. And the wind got to blowing in my house. My curtains was blowing as I read that chapter. Not only that, the lights started flickering on and there's some humming. I said, it's some in him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that really scared me. So I didn't keep on with it. You know, I didn't go no further with it because I told myself, I said, no, it's something was in my house. He said, you got to do it every night, or they gonna
Mm-hmm.
get you, they're gonna attack you and stuff like that. But I was just like, I could not believe that this book got scriptures in it. You understand? That can call on forces. You see the power in that book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean, and that's what, like, from what I've done. See, I consider myself like forever the student. And because I know, like, when it comes to my children, like I said the last time, I homeschool and I incorporate this life into my homeschool uh, philosophy. In Illinois, you can, as long as you're doing it in English and you're covering the basic subjects, Illinois doesn't have any homeschool laws. So
Oh,
you
they
can,
don't.
mm-mm. So you can
What does that
formulate.
mean when you say that? When you say they don't have homeschool laws, what does that mean? That means what?
So, like, okay, some states have a law where you're allowed to homeschool, but you got to report in. Your kids have to be tested. Um, they have to have somebody outside of the home, do certain things, or you have to have. In some states, they have it to where you can educate your kid at home using their curriculum. So they have like all these regulations and blocks and restrictions and stuff like that. Whereas in
Mhm.
Illinois, they basically are like, look, teach the stuff in English, teach the math, the science, and all of that, and you good. Now, if you can do it where, like, to say, if your kid is supposed to be in second grade and you're teaching them on a second grade level, yeah, do that. But basically, it's on you because it's considered private school. That's what homeschool is. So they don't, like some other states do have regulations when it comes to private school. Illinois
Mhm.
doesn't. That's one of the few perks about
Gotcha.
living in this state. Yeah. So I I incorporate it because I do a lot of research. So I incorporate the practice into this. So I talk to my kids about, demons and spirits because I don't want them to be afraid. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want them being scared of that. If you feel like you're under an attack, let's talk about it so we can do something about it. My kids know about candles. They know that I am not afraid to hex. I'm not afraid to curse. If
Okay.
if need be, we gonna handle that business. We gonna go from
There
there.
you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't. And the funny thing is, I don't have a mentor. Like, to me, I kind of look at you like you're my mentor, but I don't have like a physical mentor like what a lot of people are suggesting. Because a lot of people are like, if you're new to the craft, you should have a mentor, you should have a teacher, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, but see, y'all want to charge all this money to be my teacher or to be my mentor. I ain't got money like that. I'm broke. I'm
Okay.
trying to I'm trying to conjure up some money while I'm sitting up there waiting on you. So you know what I mean? It's like I get it where I get it. And just like I was saying, the first time around when we first did the live, a lot of my, as strange and as crazy as it may seem, and I had to just trust it. I had to put my trust in source and not another human presence. So when I was out driving at night, I got a lot of information, like a lot of downloads, and a lot of stuff was speaking to me. Like, and this was in my first year. So in my first year, 2018, it's like I was getting hit like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, shit, okay. Like, I'm trying to write it down because, I ain't gonna remember it all. So I'm trying to find a way to write it down and, try to remember it, repeating it to myself and everything like that. And the funny thing is, like, stuff would speak to me. Like when I was doing my second delivery job, it was at night. I was getting ready to deliver a package, and I heard a voice clear, like it came from my right side as I was getting out. Don't be afraid of the dark. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I know ain't nobody in this van with me. I had to
Okay.
kind of turn around and look like, okay, nobody in this van with me. Okay, so I know where that voice is coming from. And then it's like, well, what you mean don't be afraid of the dark? I'm working at night. And it's like, that's not what I mean. I'm saying don't be afraid to do dark shit. Oh, okay then. Got it. Duly noted.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
like I'm not afraid, and I'm not afraid to teach my kids, especially I have a daughter. You know what I mean? So it's like as she gets older,
Mhm.
she needs to know how to defend herself. She needs to know that she's powerful enough to protect herself. So if I'm going to try to mess with her,
Okay.
her
Right.
feelings might be hurt, but I'd
Right.
rather for her to have a hurt feelings instead of hurt something else.
Right. Just go ahead on and introduce her to the herbs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and show her
Right.
how to make a
Yeah.
charm bag. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have
Show
her, make her a little something to carry on the. Yep.
right. You can. So that's why I'm so excited about homeschool because now you get a chance to take your children's tender, precious minds back away
Mm-hmm.
from all of the mind control,
Uh-huh.
false teaching, and
Yep.
all of that. And you get a chance to put your energy in your children. You got complete strangers in these public school systems teaching your children their value. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Other children influencing them to be whatever you may not even want them to be. So
Mm-hmm.
now you can introduce all of the herbs to your kids. Well, children. Let me say children because I got cussed out one time. When I
Wow, we're calling them kids.
yes, his mama cussed me
Well,
out.
Yeah, because
well,
that's
that's
so.
you see that's the nicest thing because sometimes I call them little bastards, little brats. I
Oh,
mean, they get on my nerves.
she was like, she said, what did you call my children? Because I said, oh, you want to pick the kids up? She said, this was her very words. I do not appreciate you calling my children kids because kids are goats and goats are all going to hell. And I
Oh
was like,
Lord, here
I'm
we go.
sorry. I'm
Here
Oh,
we go.
sorry.
I
She said,
don't know about
all
all
goats,
that. I don't know
all
about all that.
Right, like okay, like Kate just said, like okay, that's you're doing too much right now. You're
okay.
doing the most.
She
Mm,
said the ghosts are
mm-mm.
going to hell, and I'm like, well, okay, and y'all, let's talk. Do y'all believe in hell? Anybody believe in hell? Because I think this is what keeps a lot of people from embracing spirituality. You know, the
Hmm.
fear of going to hell. Y'all, let's talk about it.
I used to, and I realized that that's the fear aspect. You know what I mean? That's all a part of the fear. I no longer believe in hell, other than the fact that this is
No.
hell.
Okay.
I believe that this life is
Me and
hell.
Mr. Whittle was talking about that today.
Hi, Astro.
Hey,
Hi,
Astro.
what's up?
Hey,
What's going on?
how you doing?
Hi.
We're talking about we're talking about the craft and how how did you all come to how did the craft come to you or how did you come to the craft and how is this going to how do you all think it's going to affect the church eventually? Will it not affect the church at all?
I think it'll affect the church because church membership is on a it's like 70% down since 1999. And even the church, young people are 60% less likely to go than 60. So the church is definitely going down. It's on its way up.
Yeah, I never went and I never made my kids go. So I would like for them to go down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it definitely is on a decline, and I see, like looking at it now because I don't fool with all of that no more. I've seen that for quite some time. It's like they try to get together to make themselves more relevant and keep people, trying to come back. So they try all these little schemes and plans to try to lure people back in. Back in the
Yeah.
day, church was just like a schoolhouse. Church was everybody come together in this one place and that's it. Now you got these mega churches, you got these pimp pastors that's sitting up there doing all this
yes.
silly shit. And then you got them sitting
That's
up
all
there
it
raising
is.
GoFundMe's for millions of dollars for a jack.
Yes.
Yeah, they trying
nothing.
all of this stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, and they figure, okay, well, if you can't be here physically, then we can reach you via satellite, we internet, and all that kind of stuff. Like they're trying their hardest to stay relevant and stay current. So
They
they're
keeping up
doing,
with the times, ain't they?
yeah, or at least they trying to.
Yeah,
They making a real effort. Now some churches are still doing things like the old school way, but like like with old school tent revivals and stuff like that. But a lot of these churches, no, they trying to amp it up. I mean, hell, they amping it up when you can pay your tithes through Cash App.
Oh, what? Ain't that
most
something?
of these churches are federally funded. They all getting paid. Like everybody in the church is poor, and the pastors are the only ones making any money.
Yep.
That's the whole pimp situation.
Yep.
I mean, that's all it is. It's a business to them.
Yeah,
It's
They
a
want to keep
racket.
it full.
somebody had me tripping out when they said if you go to TD Jake's church, which they call it the Potter's House.
Uh-huh.
Anybody out there in Dallas?
Hmm.
Anyways, the Potter's House is in Dallas, and depending on how much money you put in the church will determine, actually where you park. And now this is just what I heard. So if you really paying the money and stuff, you park closer to the church, and then you got your own parking space that says platinum.
What?
And then it just go on from there. Yes. Say these mega churches and stuff have like a McDonald's in them, have restaurants inside of them. Come on, y'all. Restaurants.
ATM machines, everything.
Yep. I was gonna mention
Clubs.
I was gonna mention the ATM machine. Y'all, they even got. I mean, they really. It's impressive. It's impressive. I really do commend
It's a
them.
business.
It is. That's all it is. And
Funded by your government.
yep. And look, they don't pay no taxes. No taxes.
It's all
at
tax
all.
exempt.
Yep.
Right.
Now you
And
file
y'all-
tax in they behind. We'll see what happens then.
Okay. And then they got all these federal funded grants available to them.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's just so, and the crazy thing is, it's just like a few men running a bunch of women.
Mm-hmm.
How can we let these
Absolutely.
men, pimp us like this?
Yeah, because it's like I said, it's all psychological. And they know it. They know it. That's why the Bible talks so much about your mind. Lean not to thine own understanding. Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. It's like they know. They know. Now they'll throw little things in there saying, oh, God gives you wisdom if you just ask and all that. They put in enough to pacify you and lull you into a false sense of, oh, you mean to tell me I can be a Christian woman and be free to? Oh, no, you can't. Because now they're going to control what you wear, what you eat, where you go, what you do, who you love. It's all about a control. And they do everything that they can. It's a brainwash. It's a huge brainwash. That is just, and I think I said it before. That's one of the reasons why I had to get out of it, because my oldest son made a comment that broke my heart. He was like, and I don't know what, because I think I probably heard him say it before and just didn't think anything of it. But he made a comment where he called himself a wicked. He was at the time he was a little kid, and he was like, "Well, I know I'm a sinful man. I know I'm a wicked man." And I just looked at him like, "Is this really what we're doing? Like, is this?"
My thing is, why do you have to wait to die to get your rich? I just understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is available to us right here, right now.
They had me fooled.
I understand.
They'll never trick me into that again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like because at this point, why would you go back? You know what I mean? Like,
they're not
what?
Gonna let you come back.
Put that in the room.
Once you got respond to this, they ain't letting you back up in there, honey. Because they can read the energy on us. We are infected. They know it. So they're going to
Mhm.
quarantine us and stuff. They're going to let us up in there like that. I don't know. Let me ask you, has anyone noticed that when they're around the church people, that they treat them a little bit different? Or is everything pretty much the same? Are you
I
all
don't really
treated
go.
different?
I don't really go around a lot of church people. I do know, however, that I've been having dreams about one of my best friends, and she's still in the church, and
Mhm.
she came flat out and said that she's not ready to walk away, and I respect that. But I think that other people, hi, Sunkist. I think everybody has pretty much at least let her tell it. I think a lot of people realize that I'm a witch now and that I've embraced that part.
Hey, son,
So,
kids,
so
how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How y'all doing?
pretty good. So
Hello, St.
All
Peter
right.
and Cherokee.
I
How
think that
y'all
she's I think
doing?
she's been scared to communicate with me because the dreams that I'm having about her, they're not good dreams. It's dreams where it's
Uh-oh.
like she's pushing away from me, and it hurts. But I gotta let her go. I gotta let her go because I don't want her to try to convince me to go back. Like I said, once you've been awake, once you've been woken up, it's hard to get. Y'all know how it is. You ever been asleep and then you wake up
Facts.
and you try your damnedest to get back to sleep and it's just not happening.
There you
That's
go.
how it is. It's like you can't go back to sleep.
Facts.
Nope.
And I think that
Right,
I
right,
think with
right,
everything
right.
going on in her life, I think that she's got a lot of health issues, and I just think that she is just so scared probably to leave because of the whole notion of hell and everything like that. She just don't want to leave, especially that church. And I'm the one who introduced her to that church. Because out of a lot of the pastors out here, that pastor of that particular church, you know, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. He ain't, he ain't done nothing too far off, at least not that I can think of. Now he says a couple of things that it's like, okay, really, did you just say that? But other than that, like he's a good dude, stand up guy, has a job. You know what I mean? Like he writes books. He went to school, has his doctorate, so he's not just a pastor. He's actually Doctor, Reverend Cook. Um, and she's just not ready to. She's not ready to give that up, and I respect that. But I think that if I went around her and we did communicate more often, I think she might try to maybe lure me back, maybe sort of kind of. And I don't want her to use our friendship as a bargaining chip because as much as I love her, I will let her ass go.
Okay.
And it'll hurt, but I mean, I got to do what I got to do. She just like she got to do what she got to do. I got to do what I got to do. In terms of other people, other Christians, I really haven't noticed like a whole lot of change. Now, until they realize and find out that I'm a witch, I see that their demeanor kind of changes a little bit where they're like, oh, you're a witch.
Well,
Like,
now,
yeah.
do you have to, you
Well, I believe in the Lord and this, that, and it's like, slow down. It's okay. I don't care.
know, well, now, do you have to make an announcement or do they just know straight off the bat, what's
There
going
are
on?
some people.
It's sunny.
Hey,
Hi,
Yeah, I'm telling about
and
it.
honey. See,
I have to
the
figure
only
it out.
time I made an announcement was because there was this guy that came to put some gas in my van, and we were just standing outside talking, and it was something I said, and then that's when he was like, "Oh, you're a witch," and I was like, "Yeah," and that's when he went. He was like, "Oh, well, we believe in the Lord," and it's like, chill, bro. It's okay, baby. Like I'm not mad at you. Believe in Jesus. Okay, hallelujah. I mean, it's good. But yeah, it's like he mentioned it, and I didn't do anything but just confirm it. Like he was like, "Oh, you're a witch." Yeah. Some people do know, but they'll never let me. They're like, not too many people have said to me, oh, I know you're a witch. You know what I mean? It's not been anything like
I
that.
guess what I'm saying is this right here. And maybe it's just something unique to myself. But I have never been welcomed in the church.
It's
You
spoiled.
know?
I don't know.
And
You can
not only
smell it.
that,
It's spoiled.
it's
Smell it.
just like when I go around church people, if I go to church, it's just like they're on the defensive, on their guard, or something like that. The pastor is staring, and it's just like stand back, kind of thing. Maybe there's some other stuff going on, but I know for sure that they can read our energy. Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Once you can
Mm-hmm.
expose a certain kind of information, these people can pick that energy up.
Facts.
Saying they ain't done now. Everybody's very
What the
intuitive
hell?
and psychic. Uh-huh.
I mean, you can go ahead and eat it. I'm not eating.
Can
See?
you mute Mama Bear?
So I really want to hear from y'all. Do you all believe that there's a hell?
I
I
don't.
think there are, but I don't know if the Christian hell. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Okay, so
I
I
don't.
I
mean,
don't know.
I hear what you say. When you say hell dimension, are you speaking in terms of like of the underworld?
Of what?
Are you speaking in terms of the like underworld when you say hell?
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
dimension?
Like the underworld. Like I don't have
Now
exactly
that's
that, but like in a lot of cultures and stuff, there are different underworlds, and so I think dimensions. But I don't think there's this Christian hell that you go to forever and you're stuck there, and that's the end of the. I don't believe in that, but I think there might be hell dimensions because that makes the most.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I agree that there is an underworld, but the church uses hell as a brainwashing tool and technique
Yeah.
to keep
Mm-hmm.
under that mind control, keep you disciplined. You know,
Mhm.
but like I guess what I'm trying to say is this right here. Should we really, as witches, be concerned about the underworld? How does the underworld work with our with our physical world? You know, why do people go to the underworld? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a true underworld. It exists.
Yeah.
And we what I'm saying. I'm not saying because I'm a witch I'm gonna go and be punished or anything like that, because I know that's not true, because we're all
Yeah.
naturally born with these supernatural gifts and stuff like that as women, to heal and do all of these things. That does not make us bad people, but like
No.
where does the underworld come in? Well, how does it come into play? Who are
Hmm.
the people that go to the underworld? Do they choose to go? Is this a place where all of the bad people go? You know?
I honestly
I don't know.
never really gave it a whole lot of thought. I never really gave it a lot of thought, but it sounds almost like what they talk about in Greek mythology. I think like in between like Greek mythology and Norse mythology, how there is no quote unquote heaven. It's just basically like you said, there's an underworld you go to, and you just basically go to that section that applied to your life. So like say for example, you were a good person and all that other kind of stuff. So you when you die, you basically your eternity is reflective of the good life that you had here. So let's say you'll go in peace. Um I kind of think that that's really what it is. Like I don't know if I think of like a hell like the brimstone and everything like that, unless that's what you create. I think you can also create your hell too.
Right. Yeah.
I think you can create your hell. I think that again, if it's reflective of the life you lived, then yeah, you're creating your hell. Um, and also too, or you have to come back and keep relearning and keep coming alive so that you can fix your situation so that when you die again, you don't come back. Because, like I said, this is more like hell. What the Bible talks about and the idea that we have of hell. To me, this life is hell. Because all of the stuff that the Bible talks about is what you see going on here.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
just being stuck in our physical bodies.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
Yeah.
a prison because if the body gets sick, if the body gets to the point it's not able to be mobile, where you can walk and you can see and you can do the things that make you feel a part of this
Hmm.
world you're in right now. That's a form of imprisonment in
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
It is a hell.
Yeah.
Just to get sick, to know that there's a possibility you're gonna either get ill or just leave here tragically. That's hell in itself. To lose people that you really love, that's hell also.
Facts.
So, and I think these are the things that keep us in the church, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Unless
Absolutely.
you find out,
Yeah,
oh, okay, God,
absolutely.
well, maybe I need to run to the church. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I guess the question is, what can we do to live our best life, to stay well and stay protected for us and our children outside of that church? You know what I'm saying? Because see, those kind of things tend to make us go back over there.
It does. I think we just
Yeah.
gotta. There's another witch, and I don't know if y'all probably heard about her, but there's another witch by the name of Magical Lady Duchess,
Oh,
and
yeah, I've heard of her. Yeah, I know of her. Yeah. Mhm.
I've never I've never heard anyone else say this, so I just give a credit to her for it. She made a comment about staying in your magic. I think if we stay in our magic, that means being consistent about doing the work. If we do our spell work, we, do what we're supposed to do and create that legacy and pass it down to our kids. I think that could help to ensure whatever's going to happen in an afterlife, whether you go to an ancestral realm, whether you go and become a titan or a god, of another planet, whether you come back here for whatever the reason it is. I think that teaching your kids, especially your kids, if you teach them that now, and I think really like help them to understand that now, because they can also help them to understand themselves. If they can understand themselves and understand why they feel that they got all this big energy and they don't know what to do with it. Now the society will say they have ADD or ADHD. See, society is good about labeling shit. So society will tell them that when really they're divinity. They are divine masculine and feminine. They're all of this energy. They got all this God and goddess energy in them, but they don't know how to express it.
To
And
use
once
it,
you start,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
Right,
exactly, and some of them
right.
are afraid to use it. Some parents are afraid to like tell their kids things like this. And I mean, I think that if we stop living in fear, so along with staying in your magic, doing your work, and not anytime fear comes up, you stand up against that. And I think that that's how you can avoid this whole thing about running back to the church and everything like that. Because, like we said, like we've all established, the church is a brainwash. It's all about fear mongering and control.
That's right. But you know how they
Right,
gonna do it.
right.
Now the first time something happened to you, the first thing the church gonna do is say, see there,
Uh
she
huh.
wasn't in the church.
Uh-huh. And it's it's
Right.
it's funny that you say that.
But
It's funny that you say
you,
that because I thought about
it
that. I
is.
really did think about that, mother. I was like,
They all, hey, they
we
waiting on
broke,
us.
we this, we that, and it's like, don't do that. You almost got to kind of do one of these, like, snap out of
Okay,
it. You put your witchy hat on, snap out of it, burn your candles, put your witchy hat on, and stop
Yeah.
playing.
okay now,
grab your broom, grab your hat, stop playing.
Because
okay.
like I've had so many where I have oh hi everybody.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Fire
Hello.
Goddess, how you
hi,
doing?
Um
fire goddess.
Hey, fire goddess. Hello, peace,
now
love.
I've had so many. I wanted to get on here basically about, the church thing. Because I have, been doing this since, I feel like it was already chosen you had talked about a long time ago, why would I go and go basically seen by anybody to be chosen by any God when I'm already chosen. So I've been
Exactly.
since I was really, really little, since I was
Right.
13, wondering, why would Santa Claus, why would we want him to come down the chimney? Why would we want to light it with?
Exactly.
I always thought
Right.
about that. You know what I'm saying? So I just had a battle with a church for 45 years who told me basically like, oh, well, this, and that. And we was kind of like, are you into witchcraft? Like, do you do witchcraft? And I said, well, I'm gonna tell you this before I answer that. I said, let me ask you something. I said, when you go ask to put what across your third eye, say he has oil, correct? And she said, yeah. He crossed it. He make a cross. You know what I'm saying? And for everybody who died and passed away, first of all, and you know what I'm saying, my brother, I wouldn't want you walking around with a dead picture of him. Oh, why would you want him hanging off the cross? You know what I'm saying? Somebody's head. First of all, that's witchcraft. Back in the day, I said Jesus and them sacrificed animals. Remember that? They didn't do that. They didn't sacrifice animals. And that's what witchcraft is all about. I
Right.
said, let's talk about how y'all got shot also. And I said, then she said, well, you're not supposed to be talking to dead people. I said, well, who was
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel? I said, well, who was Moses? She said, oh, well, you worship Moses? I said, well, let me tell you something. Moses parted the sea just like the wine. So what made him any different? I said, so you tell me something because I think him
Yep.
parted.
Get a girl.
So she said,
Okay.
well, I don't. She said, I don't know about that, but I'm not about to private part of the sea. And I said, after that, which one did Jesus go and go talk to? He go to God. She said, no, yeah, no. I said, no. I said, he wouldn't ask Daniel. He wouldn't ask Daniel, Moses. He asked all for advice and Gabriel. I said, when they came down, he didn't go to God. And she said, you can't go to Jesus. You can't go to God without Jesus. I said, so you've been homies with Jesus for 45 years. You won't let you holler at his daddy. It don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I said, it don't make no sense. I just been over here and I can't talk to your daddy. Kidding me. I said, no. I said, it makes no sense. And she said, well, you know what? I said, well, how did you even get into all this? I said, well, you know what? You need to go eat. And I said, do your church fast? And she said, yeah, we fast or whatever. I said, the Daniel fast about all of that. And she was like, well, Daniel got saved from the lion's den because God did all of this. I said, okay. And when a baby do, he sniff you, right? He smell you because he want to know. You know what I'm saying? He want you. I said, so if Daniel had, and I said, if you read your Bible like you're supposed to, Daniel never ate meat a day and if a lion came up on him, this man is only gonna plant a fruit because that's all his body is when he sniff a tree. He don't eat tree, he animal. So that's why he said you are what you eat. So she's like, oh, so you got that God that's God. I said, wait a minute. I said, I didn't say that. I said, because he who believe in whatever you worship, I said, either you worship it becomes a God. So if that's your Jesus never said he was gonna save you here. He didn't say you have everlasting life on the other end. So right now you need to be focusing on who working with you over here. You need to be focusing on who working with you over
Yep.
here. You can get your life together over here. You know what I'm saying? Not your past, because he never said that. And that's gonna show me in the Bible where Jesus said, I got you covered on the earth. He ain't say that over there on the other side. So I feel like this book, but you should be past the book by now. You know what I'm saying? You go to kindergarten, you know what I'm saying? You go to the elementary, then you go to college. I said, you still at the same exact 45 years. I said, don't you think it's time for you to ascend to be it? And she's like, well, you know what? I'm
Right.
going to go. You let you have
Right.
this argument with the pastor. So she called the pastor. The pastor came because I done already been here, been there, done that, and done been through it. And I didn't read the Bible. I didn't never want to read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? When I wanted to know things about how things would go, I would go to them and they would show me things. You know what I'm saying? And so back to the heaven and hell and earth and stuff like that. That be a God and being able to be able to go over there to the other side and grow people and live your life over there. So you know what I'm saying? That's the point. But if you do, you know what I'm
Big
saying?
up.
If you don't you get your level of places that you go. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's
Yeah.
where I'm going. I'm either going to where I hang out at all the time that I hang out at all the time.
Right.
Take me over there and show me such things. I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And your so ever. So if I do believe in these things, I give my everlasting life. Now you ain't my God or nothing like that, but if that's what your God, that's what
Right.
God gave you, then you know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. I feel like if we
We've
gonna
been
play
waiting on that
around,
forever.
that's where we going.
I got
You know what I'm
a
saying? Like we gotta be
unpopular
going there.
opinion.
Like why not? Why aren't
Mm-hmm.
we these things and all those things we can have? You can go over here. So it's like that's the other world. So and then it's like you said, everything that's been happening over here, been everything that's in the Bible has caught on fire the longest. People burning up all that stuff. That's all the stuff they said in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Everything
Yep.
that they've been taught in there that I do believe is true. I don't parts in there that they like you said, it's little nits and it contradicts itself. And you basically gotta take everything and ask your ancestors, your God to give you a perfect understanding of you know what I'm saying, what it is. Cause I mean when it come
Mm-hmm.
down to the church and battling and not mess with me because I done been there. She gonna tell me you can't go over to the other side. I said, who
You be getting
said
them,
that
don't
ain't
you,
talk to
girl?
God? Not me.
Oh, she sound like she be saying all
Okay,
that
so
stuff.
explain that
That's
to
why
you.
I feel
You
like
the one that
we.
Jesus
Oh,
ain't cool with. You
Okay,
been best friend
what
with
you
for
say,
25
Stanky?
years and you can't
Explain.
go over.
I think everything that Fire Goddess
Huh?
is saying is the reason why I think that occultists need to go back to the church. Because for me, nothing that okay, some of the stuff the pastor said to me, I grew up in the same church from the time I was born all the way up until I left the church. And some of the stuff he said, it was okay, but it was missing something. It was never
I can't
complete.
hear
And I
her
was like, this
for
man
some
is
reason.
half. Y'all can't hear me?
I
Okay,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I can
We
Oh,
hear
can
you
hear you.
loud and clear. Go ahead.
I said some this man telling me a half truth. I'm not getting a whole story. So
Mm-hmm.
my journey started when I was real little. I had my first awakening when I was 7. Just all of a sudden, it was like a light turned on, and the whole world looked like a different place. And I was like, what is going on? Nobody thought like me. Nobody behaved like me. I was told I was weird. I was strange. And I'm just like, well, it got to be something more than what I know. So then I started getting shown different things and stuff like that. But for children like me that's in the church, they have parents that drag them in there, they need people like us. Because the way she just broke those scriptures down, that is seeing that Bible with your occult eyes. And it's some children that have those eyes and they're not being fed, they're not being cultivated.
Right.
That's energy lost and wasted. Is the church gonna go anywhere? I don't think so. It'll always be there because the spiritual path is a path that you walk and you have to take full responsibility and accountability for yourself. And there's so many broken people in the world that don't want to do that. It's easier just to listen to the man in the pulpit than to step out there on faith. You know, they teach you to
Right.
have all this faith, but you
Right.
can't step out on faith and follow your own spirit. It's easy for them to do that. And if we don't go back to the past, knowing that we solid in what our practice is, our spirituality, our spirits, our gods, we're missing out on opportunity to reach people and young people that can come out into this world and actually push it forward. Because not only is it a lot of people leaving the church and some people going into spirituality, I know y'all done seen it. People out here playing spiritual and they're not really doing no work. They just out here, oh, this look cute. I got some spades. I'm gonna burn it. I'm a witch. Sit your dumb ass down. Sit down, dummy. They do stuff like
Okay,
this.
that part.
These people not being taught. And I just feel like we need to go
Um,
back and look for those
they
people.
can
A
get
lot of my clients,
a number one, please, with no pickle.
She putting the
Huh?
order
Never.
in. Somebody putting the
Oh,
order in.
I ordered pictures.
um, a lot of my clients are people I went to church with. And the funny thing is, I never came out and labeled myself. I'm not a label person. I just be myself. In the same church that I grew up in from the time I was an infant all the way up until I was grown and married, all I heard rumors coming home, rumors coming to me from home because we left Dallas when I was 24. Here they, oh, she worshiped the devil. Where the hell y'all get that from? And tell me, what's the devil? Tell me what the devil is.
Right,
Please explain
right,
that to me. What is the
right,
devil? And how do you
right,
know I worship it? You must worship it too, since you can tell me that I worship it. What is
right.
that? You go through stuff like that, and for those, a lot of the clients I get, people that I grew up in the church with, and it's no, why don't you go
Mm.
up to the altar and altar call and let the pastor talk to Jesus for you and give you a message? What you calling me for? I worship the
Right,
devil, remember?
right.
You,
That's
it's
a
crazy.
mess.
As far as hell goes, I do believe hell exists. I tend to agree with
I'm the
Mama
only one
Midnight.
that can't hear. I
Um,
could hear
Who is that? Is that Fireside? Can you
yeah,
hear?
yeah, yeah, I can hear. I can.
okay. I tend to agree with you because when I started, I actually got a concordance and something that broke down the Hebrew language as well. And hell is always talking about fire. Fire is for consecration and cleaning. And hell is not eternal. It was compared to a place called Gershwana, which was actually like a landfill. And the reason why the worms kept being reborn and kept coming and all of that was because it was trash. They burnt the trash. The heat from the fire made the egg hatch. And that's why they kept coming. It's a life cycle in everything. You go to hell for your mind to be retrained for whatever it is that you missed. And depending on whatever it is you missed, will determine on what you come back as or what energy you be when you recreate, because energy ain't destroyed. It is not this big scary place where you're gonna be tormented forever because you don't want to believe some man walked on water.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
But don't you think
Right.
it can exist if someone creates it?
Yeah, because the first principle of any
Hmm.
type of religion or magic is mentalism. Whatever you put in your mind is what you're gonna regurgitate. And you find a lot of people going back to the church for the simple
Yeah,
fact church teaching you all this polarization. And you if you don't take the time to reconcile that subconscious mind with your new beliefs, that is going to come back and eat you. Like you
That's
are
what I've been
constantly
telling
told,
myself and other people, that the frequency that you create is what you get, and that's what you have to deal with, and that's what you have to work through.
you
And
have
I'm
to work with
coming
that
to the
programming. Church
realization
is
of
a
that.
whole program. That's why they want to tell you half the truth. It's just to keep you in a perpetual state of you will never have, you always got to depend on somebody else instead of you getting up and taking the power, your God given power, and utilizing it to manifest the things that you want. They don't want you to know that because if you know that, then what you need church for? If
Exactly.
you know you can go to God, embody God like qualities for yourself, why do you need to go give somebody 10% of your money? You can take that. You can pay tithes by doing what you do as a cultist. I mean, I'm sure most of us do some type of community work on some level. We feed homeless people out here. We helping other women. We do all the stuff that the church do on our own. But we need a
Right.
church for.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Right. Right.
A couple months ago, I
Now,
was so proud of
okay, go
myself.
ahead.
I
Okay,
was so
that's
proud of
hi,
myself
Sonny.
because it was the first time that I did like a full blown ritual. I did a black candle ritual um about in October, I think. So October, I did a black candle ritual during the full moon, the 1212 portal. And I remember being so scared at first, but after the candle had burned down for the 7 days, and it was the most powerful feeling ever. And I just want to share that experience. I
When you
guess
lit the candle.
subconscious programs I had.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like as if something was gonna attack me or I was gonna go to hell. And I don't even think like that in general, but I guess it was a subconscious
Definitely shouldn't think like
program
that. You gotta know they got you covered.
That's a
or
program.
Got you covered.
Right.
or or
Right.
energy
Team, they
that
definitely
was
got you
influencing me to think
covered.
that way. Definitely. And I had to break away from that, and I'm still kind of breaking away from that. They still try to, attack, and especially when my energy is feeling so high. But I did have an encounter with myself, like I was like floating in a big mass of black water, and it was the most beautiful experience ever. I felt like a mermaid, and that's why I wanted to share that. I guess I might have mermaid DNA. I was watching a video.
And not trying to cut you off, Sonny, but I need to let everybody know that you're one of our very youngest guests here.
Oh
Okay.
yes, I'm 17 by the way.
Oh
Oh,
well.
you a baby?
You a
Okay.
baby.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
Oh,
baby.
I
Okay.
started when I was
Okay.
11. I was 11, so you never know.
Shoot, mine are starting now. I have a 17-year-old who's going to be 18 next month. I have a 12-year-old who's going to be 13 in May. I have a 9-year-old that just turned 9 this month, and I have a 5-year-old that's going to be 6 in May. They all getting started this early.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
That's
The
good.
funny thing is, my 17-year-old, if he's interested enough, because he's so cool, my 17-year-old is so cool and so laid back. It's like he make air conditioning jealous.
That,
The brother is just like, okay,
that's
like it's just like nothing really like phases him. So like if something do phase him, that's like, okay, what's going on? Because he is like so cool. But I noticed that Pisces males are like that because my dad was like that. But yeah, they we talk about candles. We talk about candle magic and rituals and stuff like that. Building an altar and everything like that. Now, I mean, by it, I do take into consideration that they're still kids, they're still young. So right now, it seems cool because their mind is still seeing stuff like Sabrina the Teenage Witch or The Craft or something like that. So when they
Right.
see that,
that's my
I
movie.
don't. Right. They when they see that, it's not that I don't take them seriously when they say that they want an altar and they want to burn candles. I do take them seriously, but not so much to where I'm going to invest like a bunch of
No,
money and
you
stuff.
really do got you seriously because my youngest is like that. Like he wants to get on my board. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. But when I was younger, I remember, the first time I had it I was, I think, 12. Father had died, and he woke me up and walked me. You know what I'm saying? To see my mom crusty as ever, and he was like, "Tell you to like really." So I was like, "Whatever." And he had said some more things, and and then I realized that I wasn't
Would you
in my
go? Go with your
body. I had
daddy.
to back, and I told my mom, and my mom gave me this look, but she never told me like, "Girl, let's get back in there and get in the bed," or like, "You too crazy." You know what I'm saying? I'm from Chicago, so she wasn't like, "You know what I'm saying? You tweaking like a mother, like, go back
Chi-town.
in there and lay down." Right. She never did that. She just looked at me. And how could you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you know those things? It's like, and he said, "What?" And I told it to her again, but I knew she did believe me. And that little belief that she had went so far, you know what I'm saying? To when her baby knocking on my door, and you know what I'm saying? He kept saying, "Hello, open the door." And I'm like, "No, you at that point on, I knew that in my." And I tried to call my friend on the phone, but you can't call because you can't call because she never answered. And then I realized, like, when I woke up, like, this boy was dead. You know what I'm saying? In my dreams, and that's when I knew that.
Mhm.
not doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And further, so when they are younger and they do those urges, it's important to work with them right then and there, that friendship, because at the end of the day, entities and those people that are around you that you are the people that help you do everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Those are the
Right.
ones that help you create and work on all of your spells. So the more you get, the more the merry. You know what I'm saying? I go to the graveyard and be with everybody else who want to come help me with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to help. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you grow up with from being younger, you grow with it. So them learning at a younger age, I really do, because
Yeah.
they
Now
gonna
I
be
got a
real strong when they get
question. I
older.
got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all. Let's talk. What is this obsession with Jesus amongst these women, y'all? Let's talk about that.
Is that my brother?
They ain't got
It's,
no
I
man.
mean, right, right. They ain't got no man or no woman who's taking care of business and really do. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, but like Sanchez said, they ain't got no
Okay.
man. They ain't got no man,
I don't get it.
or
You know,
it's still
pastors get
really
more
just a
pussy than
brainwash.
penny.
Even
Sonny says she don't get it. She says she don't get it.
It's a brainwash. I mean, I don't really know another way to really put it other than that. Girls, see, as females, we almost like from birth almost it seems like they get to us and they start training us and molding us to be subservient and
Yep.
and 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 subservient and then connected to something. And Jesus is a powerful figure. He's a powerful figurehead rather. He symbolizes all of these things, and it's like a daddy complex. You can have your daddy, but if your daddy ain't Jesus, oh, that you'd have really missed out.
Oh,
it's even worse. You know, they doing the rituals in the church anyway, with the blood, when they drink the wine and the cracker, and it's turned. Why
God.
would you be wine turned into blood? You know what I'm saying? This is
It's almost
a
slightly
fucking
perverted.
cracker.
Hmm.
It's a ritual, and you continuously do something over and like our magic. You know what I'm saying? It hypnotizes them. It makes them feel like this is the blood. If you continuously drink of the blood of Jesus that you made, like witchcraft, why would they not be so infatuated with this man? Because it's a ritual that's been put on them. That's what I
Fire
think
Goddess, have
all
you
the
seen
time.
that
It's
video?
basically
wow.
Have you seen that video where
they do it
this
all the
woman was
time. They
like,
do it
drop it low for
constantly. I don't know
Jesus?
if y'all get it, but I know y'all was in
She did what?
church. They say they do a whole ritual. They won't even let you eat the cracker in the wine. You eat the cracker and the wine. You got to do it separately. You know what I'm saying? It's now
Okay.
taking the
Mm.
cracker and now drinking the blood. That's a
You said
ritual
Yes,
you
there's a
said what,
video called
Insani?
they do. Huh?
Drop It Low for Jesus.
Drop it
What?
low for Jesus.
Yes, where she's dropping it
Wait,
and dipping it for Jesus.
are
It's
they like
ridiculous.
twerking? And is that them like twerking in church and stuff like that? Is that what that is?
No, she wasn't even twerking. It was like really odd and like sexual and sensual. It was so weird. I was like confused.
No,
You don't
no.
know
I see. I
what's
thought it
going
was
on
like
with
a
Jesus.
twerking type thing.
I was like, this is where the church is going. This is where okay.
Yeah, but see, just like I said earlier, they're trying to do everything they can to make it. They're trying to do everything they can to reach a younger
You
audience, to
got
trap you all in.
But y'all
See,
don't
they
think
they
it's
want
ritual
y'all.
though. But y'all don't think
Yeah.
it's
Oh yeah.
ritual though.
You got in the
It's ritual.
face.
There's so many
Okay. Go
rituals
back and
in the
watch that.
church.
Go.
Like
It's
Come
so
on
many
now.
rituals in the Bible,
it's
which is
so
really crazy to me. Why
many
they
that
would
people
say
get
they
their
were
head crossed
witchcraft
with the oil. You know what I'm
or
saying? It's
practicing.
so like it's so many. And the code that the cover came out with was that cracker and that wine, the blood. You know what I'm saying? That you pretend
Need some
of
more
this
water.
blood, of Jesus' blood, and you eat the and you do it, and they do it. I think every you know what I'm saying in the church. So it's like that's ritual. They're infatuated with him, and all the women will
But
want him. That's a whole little thing they do. You know, they singing and
you
praising him.
Hmm.
know,
All that is to me with all that's witchcraft.
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
I
And
I
think
they
think
it's
that's
fall,
a
they
called
lot
falling
from
in, they
witchcraft.
TV.
falling in love with him.
Now, ladies, I need to talk to you all. Do you all realize that if you, I don't know how many Christians, I mean, any of you all were Christians at one time? Okay.
I
If
was.
you all went to a Christian church, do you all realize that in a sense you all have been initiated to Christianity?
Yes, I do. I recognize that, and I'm trying to
Yep.
get away from that.
Hmm.
Now, what
Hmm.
are we going
I'm
to do? The fact that we have been initiated, okay? How are you going to break away from that initiation? Can you break away from that initiation and claim your freedom from being that?
Yeah, I think you can
Yeah.
break away from that initiation.
Let's see,
It'll take some
that's
work.
another. Uh-huh. Okay.
It'll take
That's
some work.
another reason why a lot of folks tend to go back, get
Because they feel
fragmented
trapped.
here, you know,
Yeah,
because
it's like what Isani just said. You feel trapped. You feel trapped. But again, is to me it all goes back to that brainwash. It all goes back to the fear mongering and the control aspect. And like I said, it'll take time. It'll take work. It'll. But and I mean, if you're willing to do the work, you can break the initiation.
okay.
Because
anybody
even
can
the
do
Bible
it.
talks about even the Bible talks about that. The Bible talks about basically when it's your time and you go before God, Jesus is going to turn you away and say, "Depart from me, for I knew you not." But I don't understand. I did this, I did that, all in your name, and this, that, and the other. And it's like you got people who are doing stuff in His name, who go to church, who pay, you know, they doing all of these things. And if they are not truly initiated, you do have an opportunity to break the initiation.
I think they see us as energy sheep. Like we don't really matter. Like we're just energy tools. I think that's what
Let me tell you
they
something.
see us as.
The Potter's house, he can get up there and preach all that Jesus stuff he wants to. There have been people that have been able to go back there into his pastoral study. It is Africa inside of
Yeah,
that
it's a
study.
lot. I
It
think you
is
can break that
altars
stuff
to
from it, but
deities inside of that
I
study.
know them 1,000 they talking about
Really?
Wow.
these guys that ain't they ain't talking about the 44,000 believe in Jesus, cause ain't no way,
Right.
baby. They talking about us. We the only 144. We the army. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what they finna do.
Hmm.
But when it go down, they ain't gonna be ready, and they definitely.
We
You
are
know
the
how I think you break away from the
144,000.
ritual of
Yep.
It's
Christianity? I
144,000. Cause you get
believe
mean to believers and all that stuff. He just said whoever believes in me shall have everlasting life. He ain't so you mean tell me that all them people, you know what I'm saying? Like no, it's on them 144,000 gods. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe, and I believe in those chosen ones. You know what I mean? Because some people get magic and some people got some magic magic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey,
I
Okay,
wanted to
so
talk about super like telepathic and superpowers that I've been experiencing. I wanted to know if you guys have any telepathic or capabilities that you share with your children.
you know the interesting
I
thing
do.
about my children is
Yeah.
I never just sat down and formally
Oh,
gave
we
them
elaborating on that, huh?
a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah. I got
information.
I I I pretty much just talk to them. So my kids know that. I'm fire goddess because I read through fire. So you know what I'm saying? I have a whole candle business. I make pretty good money with it. And I read things through the fire. So that's what I was blessed with. So I'm just pretty much I read through the fire. And I got my I don't want to say my workers, but my team, you know what I'm saying? you know, and then we get down
Okay.
without permission.
Did you finish up Sun Kissed Queen? I know you
No,
was
I was
talking.
saying that I never. The most formal education I gave my children into spirituality was basically going to the ancestor altar, and that's because my firstborn was
So why you won't
stillborn,
let me hear her?
and so I had a photo album that pretty much told the story of the beginning of my pregnancy all the way to me putting him in the hole. And my son got a hold to it one day, and he looked through the pictures and he pretty much figured out what happened through the pictures. He couldn't even talk yet. So he come in and he rubbing me and patting me and all this
Oh.
stuff. But when his sister
Mm.
came along, when she got old enough to be able to communicate, he told her about their brother. So I heard them talking about it one day. I told them, if you ever want to talk to your brother, this is how you do it. Show them how to activate the altar and talk to their brother.
Mhm.
From that point, they just watched me. And one day,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter got up. She was getting ready to go to school. By this
Yeah.
time, I had stopped homeschooling them because my son had autism. He need more help than I'm able to give him. So I put him in the school. And when her brother not home, she wanted to go where he went. So they go to school. She's sitting in the room in the lotus pose. And my husband told me this morning Mahogany was sitting in the middle of her room in a lotus pose. I asked her what she was doing. She said she was talking to the ancestors. I said, really? So when she got home from school, I said, what was you doing this morning? She sat on the floor, got in the lotus pose, showed me what she was doing. I said, what is that? She said, it's resting in peace. Shook me up because the only time I ever heard rest in peace is somebody's dead. So I was like,
Right.
you doing what? She's like, I'm resting in peace. I said, what does that mean? She said, well, when you with too much going on and you need to calm down, you just do this and you rest in peace. And I was just like, what in the hell? So, just you
Damn.
practicing and living it, they're going to pick it up. And as they get older, they will show you what it is they need to know. And you will have the opportunity. You don't have to be this weird thing like some people with the sex talk. Oh, when should I have the sex talk? When they show you they need to have the sex talk. I don't have to give you information that you're not ready for. You will let me
Right.
know when
Right.
you ready for the information, and then it's my job to give it to you. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just really interesting with the children. I see that question all the time in all these different witness groups on Facebook. And they like, how do you introduce this to your children? And I simply tell them, you live it. If you live it, they will be introduced to it. And when they have questions, they'll bring them to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
I agree.
I also want to
That's
talk
yeah.
about my experience when I was young.
Asani, your voice is breaking up, so you may want to
Mermaid.
repeat that.
Oh, I want to talk about my experience when I was channeling like the mermaid energy or goddess energy, and I was at school, and everyone around me would get aroused. Like it was the weirdest thing ever. Like I don't know how to explain it. It made me uncomfortable, but I was like, so how do I do it? Like everyone went
Okay, you got a
around so
bad
weird.
connection. So,
Mm,
Asani, you have a bad connection. So, you're going to have to repeat
Yeah.
that over again. Yes.
I guess everyone I went around, like my energy field would make them um like
His
aroused,
energy
so
around
to speak,
everybody when he would go
where they would start
to school roused by him.
How do you know that
mm.
like
that they were
I could
around?
hear
Oh,
their
okay.
thoughts and their feelings,
Yeah.
Oh
and I
wow.
was able to manipulate around it to like kind of get. I would turn it off and on. It was the weirdest day. It was the weirdest day of my life.
Like kind of weird, kind of cool.
No, it was. I was scared.
You didn't think it was cool?
I thought it was cool, but I was scared. I didn't want to make people. I guess I don't know. but and then also I'll travel. Like I'll lose like my conscious state of where I am in a place and time, and I'll blink to like another spot during the day. It's very odd. I would not explain it.
Do you meditate often?
Yes, yes.
That's you.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So I guess you all let's come to let's I guess we'll get ready to conclude. Anybody got any questions or anything like that?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh, the temple. How's the temple going?
I,
Oh, it's going wonderful. February the 2nd, I'm hoping to have it together so I can have the first feast day for all y'all on the
Okay.
2nd of February, y'all. So I'll be bringing the cameras in and everything so we can have like a virtual feast so everybody
Oh,
can, show up on a virtual level. So it's going good. The guys finally finished with the bathroom.
good.
Yep, but he like, oh, everything's working. Turn the sink on, and the water was coming down the ceiling. So he said, got to put some kind of like plumber's glue on that, and that'll be finished. So
Okay.
all we got left is the little ceiling area up there. Once we get this through with the ceiling, we pretty much got the inside. Now the work on the outside begins.
Okay.
That's when the wallet got to come out. Sure enough.
yeah.
Yeah, so y'all welcome to come to the temple. If you ever come through Alabama, come on. It's in Selma, Alabama.
Okay.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
one day.
I think it should
So
also just be gatherings of be coming and meeting up from out of town. Just you know what I'm saying? And just like shoot the church, the more the merrier the better. You know what I'm saying? We should be doing
Yep.
that. You know what I'm saying? And it don't take. You know what I mean? Just a couple that got that power. You'll have that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make something happen and see. You know what I'm saying? And see what you needed your earth, wind, air, fire. So and figure that out. I think that'd be dope. I always wanted to do that with a bunch of little,
right.
witchy friends. And you know what I'm saying? Just have a witchy gathering hide and you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, do our work. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? One, like the candle, you know what I'm saying? Somebody represent water, somebody represent your earth, somebody represent you know what I mean? And then, just see where that goes. I think that'd be dope.
Mhm.
That'd be
Mhm.
awesome.
That'd be
Yeah,
sweet.
so I really enjoyed y'all and everything. So, like, I mean, this is the time for you all to ask questions. If you'd like to ask more questions, that's okay with me, you know. So, any questions from the chat?
Can't really think of.
Y'all got any questions?
Mm-mm.
So
I can't even think of anything.
Okay, so somebody's talking about RH negative pregnancies. Okay, we got a whole nother conversation going on in the chat over there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah, I
Okay,
noticed
so I
that.
guess yeah, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and end this live. But like I say, if y'all want to keep talking, be my guests. I think we've had a wonderful chat on the church. I say in the next 10 years, from now, it may not even be a church, y'all. What y'all think?
Yep. I
It
agree.
may
That's
not be
accurate
one.
because the
It's
statistics
barely
show.
a church now.
Like what
Okay,
what
Astro, what
Astro
you say,
just said.
Astro?
Hmm.
I said the statistics bear out. It's going down so it's definitely gonna be over at some point.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, once us baby boomers are out, and then the generation X's and the millennials and Z's come along, I think it's gonna be like lights out
Yeah.
for the place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
These
Generation
poor
Z is the
hips are
least
gonna
likely.
be out of bed. What'd you say, Astro?
Oh, I just said Generation Z is the least
But
statistically.
how would the church
So, but
react to
y'all, let's
this?
talk. What are they going to use as a disciplinary tool then? The church and the Bible has always been that thing to keep us in fear. What's going to be the fear tactic? I think Mama Midnight was talking about that earlier. What's going to be the fear tactic for your Generation Zs?
Global warming.
Because it's right, either global warming or laws coming into place to ban witchcraft or ban anything that it goes
Oh
outside of the
shit.
church. Because in Illinois, there was something on the books that I felt like I don't even know what made me look it up, but I just Googled, is there a law against witchcraft here in Illinois? Turns out it is.
What?
Wow.
Now,
Well, guess
they
that's why
like
I'm
a
not
lot of
there
laws,
anymore.
right? Like a lot of laws, it's not something that's really like practiced like that, but it's still there, it's still on the books.
It's
And
weird. Yeah.
and what they'll do is, so basically, if you've been found, because the way they do it now, let's say you do something, people know you a witch, they know you're a practitioner, somebody else gets hurt, they can mention the fact that they think that witchcraft was involved and then, try to work out something like that. Other than that, I mean, on a national scale and then on a global scale, the only other thing that I can think of is that, yeah, they're probably just going to start enacting a bunch of laws. So basically, it's going to be like a massive ass Salem all over again.
Mm.
Oh,
And it
They
wasn't
just
just
oh, mama, they said they was listening. Midnight, they said they was listening. They said they enjoyed this. I seen where you was, because I was like, what is they talking about in the chat? But they was talking about when Midnight was talking about the babies and how babies is learning at a young um that's what they said they loved it, that we need to do this more
There was a man, he
okay. Yeah,
just
that's what
got
they were
life
talking about.
in
I'm sorry,
prison.
mama, because I was trying to figure out too, like it got a little weird and now I'm trying to figure it out, but that's what they was talking about.
what you say,
There was
Princess.
a man, it's a man, he just got life in prison for killing somebody using witchcraft.
What
Wow.
about?
Wow.
What this was?
I can't remember. I don't remember where it
I,
was. I find the story and send you the link.
I know
Was
But
that
it
there is,
they
overseas or it
prosecuted
was in
him.
America?
well,
It was
there
I
is,
believe it was in America.
uh-uh.
Yeah, they
Okay,
prosecuted
somebody,
him for killing somebody with witchcraft.
oh,
okay, okay.
and this was recent.
How did they
It's a year ago at the most.
prove that in a court of law? That's what I
I'm a
want to know.
little time warp because I've been out of the country for a couple of years, so I'm a little time warp. But yeah, it then I figured I thought it would get more publicity than it did, so they tried to keep that one on the wrap. But yeah, they
check
prosecuted somebody. Killed somebody with witchcraft.
check it out. Check this out. There's something that me and my husband saw that caught our eye on Court TV. Get out. Get out. Get out. Go back in there with your dad. Anyway, there was something that I saw recently, like I think like last week on Court TV. And when me and my husband saw witchcraft, we both tuned in like, okay, what they talking about? This guy supposedly killed his two brothers and his mother for some money. And we sitting up there trying to figure out, okay, where the witchcraft part come in at? Supposedly, the police were the ones, when the police came and got him and everything like that, the police were the ones who said that they think that it was witchcraft involved. We trying to figure out like when they gonna get to, because this when we first heard about it, and I think this was in Florida, I think. And this is like, I think this is a case that's going on now because they were also talking about the whole Harvey Weinstein thing. So this is something that's going on right now where the guy is being suspected of killing his, like I said, killing his family because he supposedly was not written into the will. He was actually, I think, wrote out of the will. So whatever it was that the mom had, she left it to her two sons or whatever. Um, and supposedly, like I said, witchcraft was involved, but there was nothing in anybody's opening statements, whether it's just the defense attorney or the prosecuting attorney. No one made any kind of comment about how witchcraft was involved, but it's flashing on the screen. I think that that's being done on purpose. I think that that's like I think that they're trying to. That's another way that they're trying to combat it by putting out these subliminal messages, making it seem like, okay, we got to do something about this witchcraft thing. I know what we'll do. We'll connect shit to witchcraft that ain't got nothing to do with it, and then see people be afraid to get into witchcraft because they might get possessed or some crazy stuff. But yeah, I think that that's what people are going to do. I think that they're going to go the route of making a law banning anything that goes outside of Christianity.
Okay, but like what are they planning on doing about these lack of church attendance? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so they got a law that says that witchcraft is totally against the law. Okay,
Mhm.
folks still ain't gonna be going to church. Still, that ain't gonna change nothing. People are going to be whoever they want to be. You understand what I'm saying? There will
Mhm.
still won't be any kind of thing to control these people.
I
Does
think
that
they'll
make
make
sense?
it does,
You know
and I
what?
think what they'll do, I think they'll probably start giving incentives. Like they'll incentivize it. Oh, if you go to church, you'll get a percentage off on your grocery bill, or if you go to church, we'll do whatever for your
Get a
lights and
tax
your
break.
gas.
Oh, they're gonna come up with something.
Yeah, we gonna come up with
I
something.
think that I don't think it's gonna go away. I think it's going to evolve
They
because
gonna
as
come up with
long as
something.
you can
But these
put
pastors maybe getting to realize that they don't what they talking about.
Mhm.
Some
What you
well,
folks
said,
will,
son?
because
You
I
was
think
saying.
some of them.
you can as long as you incorporate Jesus into your program, you can be qualified as a church. That's not hard to do because if
Right.
you actually read the Bible, Jesus was sort of like a deity. That's not hard to do. He can become one of these institutions that people work with or whatever. And it is a lot of what they call them Paleros
Mhm.
and Yoruba priests and priestesses. They are actually getting the church certification and stuff to be able to practice their religion and be able to get those tax breaks through uh they little houses or churches or whatever they call them. So I think it won't go away. I think it'll just evolve into something else.
Mhm. Mhm. And probably just in like any like for church buildings themselves, I think what they'll probably do, like I said, they'll incentivize it. Because you really, well, I started to say that you can't make it a law that you have to go to church, but I think anything's possible. So they gonna like what Sunkiss is saying. Either they gonna make it mandatory that you have some kind of church set up in your house. Like that's real old school. Because back in the day, in biblical days, they had church in their house. They couldn't. That was during the time where Christians were being persecuted. So they did not have, these buildings or temples and tabernacles to go to. But I think now, because we have that, I think that, like I said, they might start making it mandatory. And they'll use your kids. For all of us with children, they'll probably use our children. Oh, if you don't go to church and if you don't do this, they could probably try to take your kids away. They could probably try to, like I said, they're going to, I think that that's what they'll try to do. So you got to do something to like you said, incorporate Jesus some way somehow, and they'll probably really push
Yeah,
you
but they
going back to an already established church. But if they can't get you like that, then they'll just try to get you some other kind of way. But I think after a while, they're gonna probably try to make it mandatory. Make it mandatory that you go, incentivize it. So like I said, they're probably handing out gift cards and shit when you walk in the door. First 50 members, first 50 newcomers get $100 Target card.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like
Yes. They
incentivize
work
it or
they working on it right now. What they gotta
Mhm,
do. They're working
mhm.
on it. They see now that people are no longer interested in the old way. Like us baby boomers, we used to what? Like TV, regular TV, Matrix TV, Hollywood movies, all of that stuff now is like nobody's interested in that now. Everybody want what? Netflix and Hulu, the new thing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So they're getting ready to integrate something that's gonna keep us, still under that control with
Yeah, yeah.
AI technology and this 5G network situation they got coming on right now.
Mhm.
It's
I
coming,
like
y'all.
TV because it gives you
I
insight
kind
on
of
what they're gonna do next.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that it's definitely a good idea for people who are answering the call to witchcraft and answering the call to the past. I definitely think it's a good idea for us all to continue to stay in the know, especially when you got young people like Isani. You gotta stay in the know. You gotta be into what they're into just enough to get the information, and then you can take that and then manipulate it. Like I said, stay in your magic, do what you got to do, still be in the know, so that way you can start doing your work to combat that when they come for you,
That's
because
right.
Right.
as we know they're coming for us.
Yeah, Vicky just says no to 5G. No. They already got the 5G cell phones out right now. What y'all thinking
Hmm.
about that?
It's a terrible
What y'all think
I
about
thing
don't
to
think you
do.
5G?
should get one unless you're mentally and physically prepared to get one. Unless you can handle it. If you're up in that dimension, I think you should be able to have one. But if you're not, I don't think it's good for your health or your body. That dimension, I think you should have one.
This happened
Because
in
they
New
can
Zealand.
control you with it.
I could
What
see
did you
that.
say?
It happened in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
trial, the trial you were talking about, where the guy just got a life. Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said the children was dead and there was no uh there were no visible injuries and there was nothing in the toxicology report. But he did admit that he used some voodoo dolls and put needles through it. So they prosecuted him.
Well, well, well. Mm,
well,
mm.
I'd like to know who he was working with.
Okay. Let me
I'm
holler at
sorry,
you. Shit,
y'all,
I
but
got
that's
I
the
got a
first.
couple of problems, so let me holler at you.
I ain't no good. I ain't no good. I never was, man.
Hey, shoot, keep it real. Like, hey, I just want to know, if I help you get out of prison, you tell me who you was working for. That's your
Right? Who
payment
your
to
homie?
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
I got
Who was
testimony
you
so I
getting
can
up
feed him
with?
everything he asked for. I'm gonna have him
Okay,
stand
so
out every day.
do you all know much about this 5G network?
I
I
don't.
only know
No,
I
I
only know
don't.
a little bit about it. I don't know much about it. I
I'm
know, like,
clueless.
here in Chicago, um, some spots do already have the 5G thing, but it's not good. It's like real spotty. So I guess they're working on it. Um, I don't know, honestly, I don't know much about it. I probably should know more about it, but I don't. So I probably have to, add that to the list of things that I'm researching and getting
Yeah,
into.
I think
I
we need to
tried to
get
look it
on
up, but they
trying
kept
to figure
zapping
out
my
how that's gonna
phone.
affect us right there. What
There's
you
Really?
going to
say,
be
Asani?
I said I
He
tried
said
to
that
look
he
it
oh
up, but they kept zapping my phone. Like every time I would
mm.
look it up, they would close it out.
And
I
they
was
got
like,
so
oh my
much
Yeah,
God.
they play.
control over our phones, y'all.
Yeah.
They can
Yeah.
control
They
our
play
app. I had a
around.
situation where they actually deleted one of my apps out of my phone. Just deleted it.
They deleted
When I
me off
say
Facebook.
deleted it,
I was
I'm not
talking about you
saying,
one
I mean,
day.
I'm saying it was totally uninstalled. You know,
Mm-hmm.
y'all know
Wow.
what I'm saying. You know, you can have so
Mm-hmm.
many apps until your phone will probably kick some out, but you can still go to the app on Google Play Store. It's
Yeah.
still available. But I mean, it was totally uninstalled. They can go inside your photos.
Mm-hmm.
They can
Mm-hmm.
corrupt files. They can do all kind of stuff with this
Mm-hmm.
5G network. You talking about you ain't got no privacy. They're gonna be able to control everything what's in your banking account and everything.
Yep.
Bank accounts and stuff like that will be getting hacked.
Yep.
Your money
Yep.
gonna be missing. They're gonna be
Yep.
stressing people out with this new
Yep.
technology that's coming.
Yes.
They
I
say
don't
it
think you
feels
can
like
trust the
that
bank.
5G feels like a flames on your skin, is what they say.
Mm.
What is
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
I
called?
did
like
hear that. I did
microwave.
hear that there was like
But you
some
know
medical
what?
stuff that was linked to it too.
But you
So
know what? That goes back to us not being on where the level that we supposed to be on. You understand what I'm
mm,
saying? Because when I was younger, and and I was, in my middle stage when I was doing what I was supposed to do, my uncles, I came from a long line of you know what I'm saying, witches in voodoo. My uncle would always, one day he told me, he said, I'm gonna telegraph you or something. And I looked at him like, boy, you is crazy as hell. Cause it's like he was the uncle that be in the basement and he would talk to you, could hear the demons. He used to do all kind of little crazy stuff. And then it was like one day he like, you don't understand that. He like, I'm gonna telegraph you. And I'm like, and I just looked at him like, like something wrong with you. And I was in the bed laying down and he actually communicated. He told me everything that I needed to know. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we not supposed to be communicating through these phones. We supposed to be communicating through, you know what I'm saying, through mind, through, you know what I'm saying, through spirit, through everything like that. This stuff is for them to keep track of what we doing. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
There you
So it's
go.
like we got to get back to that point to where we can communicate where, mama could be laying down and I could be like, mama, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is finna happen. We need you, or she can communicate with us. And that's the way it's supposed to be through, you know what I'm saying? Through spirit. Like, so we got to get
Yeah,
back to where we supposed to be at as a unit.
Mm.
I agree.
When you think about it, because these phones ain't where it's at. Like you used to could travel. Shoot, you wouldn't never eat soggy waffles or none of that stuff, boy. You follow them styles, tell you where to go. You know what I'm saying? It was
But
no
let's just be honest
nothing.
with ourselves, though. We know we're gonna submit to it. We're gonna submit to 5G, y'all. We know we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
But
choice.
I do see a time. Yeah, we ain't
I
got
see
no.
myself being in with the in crowd.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just grab all the information we possibly can because I see a crash too. I
Right.
see a crash. I
Mm.
see a grid crash. I see all this stuff coming. So like we really need to be like y'all got young ones. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really need to be teaching y'all
Right.
children how to be
They
able to
talking about that telepathy.
and
Yeah.
grow vegetables and fruits and stuff like that in this modified weather, these modified
Mm,
conditions and stuff like that. Y'all got a huge challenge on y'all hand right now.
yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you all say you homeschooling, you got land, around your house. If
But
you don't
that's
have
what they
a
want to do. They
little
want to make it so
backyard,
hard to where you can't concentrate.
yeah, it's hard to grow anything.
They
And
want you to
I
be
grew
worried. They
I'm
want you to be
tomatoes.
worried about your food, worried about how you gonna
so
teach
dead.
this, worried about how you gonna do that. Well, you don't have the time to relax your mind and do the things that you're supposed to do because you're so worried about coming up in this world. That's why they make it so hard for us mainly. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got the
Mm,
time. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the time because we too busy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how we gonna make ends meet. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So it's like but I still think that we need to get on the frequency. We need to get where we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Where we can communicate through how we supposed to communicate without all of this.
Yep.
That's
Hmm.
correct. That's definitely
Mm,
That
correct.
song says, "What's with the 5G? Why should we get it? I don't care to have it." What y'all think?
they
I
gonna make it to
don't.
where you ain't got no choice.
There you go.
I mean, think
It
about
Yeah.
don't work.
exactly,
That's what
You know
exactly.
how
Because
they
Flipgrid was
think
do
about
it?
it
saying.
like this.
Cause I got
That's what it's been with all of these different generations. I
Yep.
mean, first we had the 1G, 2G. Then we had the 3G. Then we had the 4G. And then now we're getting ready to have the
But would
5G.
you tell them they'll make your phone stop working? Like your phone will not work. You will have to upgrade. Like you
You're
literally
gonna
have
have
to
to.
upgrade.
You're gonna
They
have to
will make
either
it
you
so you.
upgrade or you get what
Yep.
they consider you get left behind.
Then
And
they
so that
make it where
they
you
gonna
can't
make
get
it to
out
where
the
you
phone
have
unless
to.
you get earpods. You know what I'm saying? They want you to buy the earpods. Like they set it all up. Like, hey, how about we do this? You know what I'm saying? And then they'll
Yep.
have to buy this. Like that's the way they do it.
Yep. Yep.
Meanwhile, they all up in our bank accounts, y'all. They
Hmm.
all
I
up in
mean,
our
Cryptocurrency.
but see, they up in your bank account already, though.
uh-huh.
Somebody said
They
go back to getting the landline.
right. Yeah, they in your bank account already. I mean, when my grandmother was alive, she worked at Northwestern Memorial Hospital for over 30 years. When
Mhm.
she retired, she got her pension and everything like that. And then, of course, as she got older, she qualified for whatever the thing is from the government. I forget what they call it. So she was getting money, both ways. What she would do is she would withdraw her large sum of her money from the bank and just have the cash.
Mm.
Okay.
So they know
Smart.
if they can see that something is coming in there, but they just don't know, like, at least at the time. Nowadays, they probably are more sophisticated where they know exactly where it's coming from, how much you got, so forth and so on. But at the time, just like maybe give or take 10 years ago, give or take, they didn't have that. Oh, but they were able to still get into your account because you have to give them permission in order to get the funding from them. So in order for the government to give you whatever money or whatever it is that they got for you as a senior citizen, they have to have access to your account. So
Mm.
they
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
they count your money before you get it.
that's
Nowadays
true.
it's
That's
gonna
how
be
they do
even more
school money
sophisticated.
too.
So
Wow.
they already in your account. They already know what you're working with.
Wow.
Woo,
They
y'all,
take money
I
from
have a
it.
situation. I have a
What's
situation.
wrong?
Even though, I mean, it's just like they have been intercepting my documents. Yeah, they've been intercepting my documents. Are you in here, Mary? Oh yeah. So yeah, I've been sharing some things back and forth with someone, documents and stuff, and we didn't have a difficult time the first time we sent documents off, but the second time Google intercepted it, y'all. Listen, they all up in our Kool-Aid, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
They
Mm.
read everything you sending
they
off,
do.
you sharing back and forth. They read it
Hey,
before they
somewhere.
send it.
Yep, and
There
they
you
and they
go.
put
You
it
see what I'm saying?
and they put it all under the disguise of terrorism, and they're just trying to make sure that nobody's saying anything about terrorism. That's BS. There was something I saw, again, this was years ago. There was something that I saw on PBS where this guy was talking about this very thing, like in terms of like counteracting terrorism. So there's these machines that they had at one point. Now they want to try to make it seem like they don't have it. Yeah, they do. Where the machines can basically read your emails, and there's words that they look for. There's trigger words that they look for. If they see too many of those emails and too many of those trigger words, they will send people to your house. They'll flag you. They'll basically they'll launch an investigation. So like if I send one of y'all an email talking about, oh, I plan to blow up the White House or some stuff like that, like even me saying that now probably put me
Oh,
on somebody watch list.
Yep.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
was saying
All
that
on a
to
list
myself.
now.
I was like,
Right. Like, thanks, Sharice. You put us all on the list, damn it. But yeah, but they've been doing that. They've been doing that,
Yeah.
and everybody wants to use this whole 2001 9/11 thing. They use that. Oh well, it's for national security. Oh, okay. Well then, that's not a problem. So forth and so on. The thing is, that's what they say. That's not the only reason why they tapping your stuff, though. they tapping into your stuff for everything under the sun. Anything that goes against what they believe and what they feel is right or whatever. Yeah, they can do that. They've been reading your
because they
emails.
feel the threat of losing what? Control.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
thinking that their time is just about up. Them good times, we was watching Gunsmoke and Big Valley and the Ponderosa is over. Now I know y'all never heard of none of that stuff, but those were the good old days for them. You know what I'm saying? Those old
Hmm.
fashioned Hollywood movies and stuff like that. That right there don't pacify nobody no more.
Nope. Nope.
It's just taking more and more energy and more technology to keep people satisfied and under control. Let's just say pacify. You know what I'm saying? So, like you say,
Mhm.
they looking to see what's the threat. What are they up to? They reading every document you sending to folks, every email you send off. And I be telling people you snapping these pictures and stuff of yourself naked, and then you're sending them off to different places and stuff like that. They see it. They looking in there. They see you standing up there naked in there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what we are right now, man. It's gonna get crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they're gonna be
Yep.
able to disable a lot of stuff and lock you out of shit. I had an incident where they actually locked me out of my desktop in there. That's
Mm.
why everything needs a password when you get in a desktop, laptops. You gotta have a password. I might not
Hmm.
want a password, but you gotta get a password just in case they want to lock you out.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. I mean, that's the world we live in right now. And
You
like
know,
you said,
it,
it's only gonna
it's
get crazier.
it's gonna get so deep until your devices will rule your existence to a point where if you are not synced in with a device, you are not a citizen. You're not a citizen without that device.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You're not gonna need IDs in your hand like an ID card. Your ID is gonna be on here.
Yeah.
This is where your driver's license and state ID is gonna be on this here. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
No.
So that
Yeah.
moment you decide, hey, I'm fixing to go such and such place, they're gonna be able to track everywhere you go with this. And they can shut this down. The moment they shut this thing down on you, it's lights out.
Yep.
So this
Yep.
y'all get ready.
The time definitely
That's
is
why
now.
I'm
I mean, it's
glad you
been
over
time,
there
but yeah.
building what you building.
Uh-huh. Okay. So
That's
anyways,
why I'm glad you over there building
Nikki
what you
said
building.
no
So I can come
chips.
on
No
over there.
chips. She said no chips, y'all. You said, now do y'all really think that they're gonna put chips in your
What?
Do y'all think they're gonna chip people? Really and truly
Oh.
chip people.
Yeah, they've been talking about that since what, the 80s?
Yeah, I think so. And I know it's gonna be, that big old war thing, cause y'all remember a few years ago when they had them doggone caskets that they was carrying from Georgia to Arizona to, to Texas and all that stuff. And it's like, what y'all think those caskets was for? And it was like about 100 and I think it was like 150,000 of them times fat bodies that was supposed to be put in each one of them. So it's definitely going to be a war.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
ain't
Wow.
gonna be between the countries. It's gonna be between what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why everybody need to be ready and you know what I'm saying, and prepared, because they getting prepared. As you see, they steady setting us up for little stuff. You know what I mean? And they constantly forcing us into doing things. Just like when I, like you said, Mama, you got put off all of that stuff. Like I was on Facebook and I had dreamed it and dreamed a lot. That's another thing. I'm a dream interpreter too, and I do the dreaming and stuff. And I, seeing the little stuff, and I said, "Oh, it ain't no new world order." So I said they done shut that down. So nobody knew nothing about it. So I posted it up on Facebook. They deleted it. I'm like, what? I know I posted this. So I posted something else. Like, they got Obama in there, but they done did the New World Order. Next thing you know, they was like, you can't say something. Something they said on Facebook to me, it was like, if I post something else like that, then, I was kicked off of Facebook. And I was like, you know what?
I'm done with Facebook. I have not been on there since that day. So I know that they watching everything that everybody doing in the, you remember all the black people was getting killed and all that stuff, and the police weren't going to jail. That's because it was no new world order. They was waiting to find out where them gods was at, where those, you know what I'm saying, them witches, where they was at. Was they gonna come forth and show that magic that they've been looking for? But nobody came forth. Everybody stood back. You know what I'm saying? So they closed it back up. Now you got to think about it now. It ain't as many as it was getting killed. Because remember, it was when Obama was in there. They was trying to let us know, like, even though your president's black, we still finna take y'all out, period, to bring down all our energy. So once it brought down everybody energy, you know what I'm saying? They seen where everybody level was at and they let it be. You know what I'm saying? So now the New World Order stuff is over with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they constantly testing us and seeing what we gonna do, when we gonna do it, and how far we gonna go and what kind of fight they got to go against. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we gotta keep quiet and we gotta start meeting up and doing what we need to do, because it's definitely gonna be a battle, because they ain't watching us and shutting us down for nothing.
Right.
So just like
Right.
them blackouts they was having over there in California, I think some of that was experiment. Them trying to get in
Yeah.
our stuff.
Yeah.
Even in New York, they had a blackout, I think, last year or the other year, I think, trying to get an idea, see how these people gonna react when the
Yeah,
light.
I remember that.
Exactly.
That stuff is
And it seemed like it was like out of nowhere too. Like all of a sudden,
Right.
you hearing about New York and this massive blackout, and I'm like, what? And they were without
Right.
power for like some time. I was
Mm,
like,
Yeah.
really? Like, what's that? What's that about? So I'm
right.
trying to
It's
communicate with people like,
true.
hey, y'all
It's a
good?
drill.
What's up?
It's a drill.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
I got a question.
sometimes
I got a question, Mama. I was thinking, how they because I know for a fact that blood is a very powerful. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? Blood is a very powerful thing. So I know that in order for a entity to take over a soul, it must be given permission. But I was wondering, like, how the babies and stuff are always missing because that blood is pure and it is innocent. Do they look for, how the younger kids are getting kidnapped and stuff? Do you think that is because that they don't have a right, you know what I'm saying, because they're innocent at a young age, that they don't have a right to say no, to give permission, for them to take over you know what I'm saying, to take over their body, because they stealing these kids and they doing a lot with them and doing a lot with their blood, and you know what I'm saying, making all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, that like basically, from Coca-Cola to Pepsi, so it's like they doing a lot of stuff with blood. And do you think that are they taking the innocent ones instead of taking the adult ones because it's not, you're not pure enough, or they have to
but
ask permission?
these beasts, the beasts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
crave and thirst for innocence, like you said. They want the young blood,
Hmm.
Right.
souls of
Yeah.
the young. They're much more valuable
Right.
than as we grow older. So that's why they always sacrifice the babies.
Right.
Right.
And every so often they need a mass amount of blood of people of babies especially to feed this thing in order to stay in power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This beast is hungry.
Yeah.
And see, so but at the same time too, they slipping. Meaning that in the cosmic place, they're losing the war, and that beast that they serve is no longer as powerful as it was, and they see that through the Hollywood movie industry. You see what I'm saying? Through seeing it through the Matrix TV, they see all of that failing. You know what I'm saying? So they know
Hmm.
that their reign is just about over. So what
Hmm.
you're going to see is them doing a lot of sacrificing in the hospital. Babies will be being born, and they're going to be telling moms that, oh, the baby passed away, and that's not necessarily true. They're going to be sacrificing a lot of babies in the hospital. I shouldn't really even be talking about this. And you're gonna be
But that's
hearing
what I was thinking about. A lot of stuff I was
a lot
talking
of
about too. Like I
earthquakes.
shouldn't be talking about it because they man, they be
They for
watching so
real,
much.
baby.
That's
They
why.
for real. They're not playing right now because whatever it takes to stay in power, they're willing to do it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they look at our situation and they say they would rather be where they at than to be us. Really, they say a better you than me. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be hearing about lots of earthquakes. Just like Puerto Rico just had an earthquake. You know, look at Bahamas, just had this hurricane. These are sacrifices, y'all. They are delivering these people's blood and souls up to this beast. And like you say, they want the babies.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of products that we eat and drink, you know, contain fetal cells. Did you know
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Coca-Colas and your orange juice contains fetal cells? Now, what I want to understand, why do we need fetal cells in our food?
Because they know that that's where the power is.
They got us
Mm-hmm.
eating and drinking that.
Mm-hmm. It's in the vaccines, at least one or two of them.
Yeah, they put
Yeah,
it in
you're right.
everything. They want to break down anything that can because you got to think about it. If you could leave and go somewhere else and go to this other part, just like when we was talking about the Bible when they say that when he said you too heavy to ascend, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep your body pure. Your body is your temple, not your body is your temple. Where he was talking about going to go sleeping around. He was talking about take care of your body and to the point to where you be able to elevate and your mind, you know what I'm saying, your mind be there where you need to get to where you supposed to be getting. And if you eating all of those things to shut down half of it, you know what I'm saying, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
working with some type of entity to, you know what I'm saying, to help you and tell you the things you need to know. But at
Right.
the end of the day, you should be moving just how they are. And I feel like it's a lot of stuff they doing that's slowing us down that we need to catch up on, and what I'm saying, get more equipped. And once again, I think that goes from getting these circles, you know what I'm saying, gathered, which I'm so thirsty. I know I brought that up again, but I really want to do that.
Okay.
And you know what
Pastor,
I'm
I
saying?
see
And
your
we all do
kitty.
that.
I know. I see the cat.
It's my baby man.
Yeah,
What's
my
her
kitty.
name?
Sybil.
Oh, well, she's a big
Sybil.
kitty.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
But
yeah,
I'm
she looks
jealous
like a
about
big
the
girl.
It's actually a boy.
Okay.
Oh, that's why she's so big. It's a he.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Huge. Yes.
I got
A big boy.
So, like I said, we got to stay visual and vigilant, and we got to keep working
Yeah.
out. I think that's all we got, y'all. All we have is our craft, our witchcraft. And
Yep.
I really believe that, through all these trials and tribulations and stuff that we're having that are to come, we're safe with spirituality. I just wouldn't want to be without it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As I always say, the church ain't gonna be able to save us. You got so many people flocking up in there, and they thinking, "Oh, the pastor gonna be able to help me, gonna keep me safe." You got to know this
Mm-hmm.
help. And like I say, we got to be preparing ourselves over here for the journey we got on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna
Yep.
let you all go on. I have really enjoyed y'all. I know everybody getting a little bit tired because we've been on here 2 hours and stuff. I can just keep it going and everything, So anyway, so we want to get back together, I guess, when y'all ready to on another topic. How about that?
All right.
I'm
Sounds good.
always ready.
Okay then, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead on and we'll end this chat and everything. And thank you all so much for coming out, and thank you for everybody in the chat room, and thank you to the moderators. Okay. See you soon.
Right.
Mama,
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good
Okay.
night.
Good night.
I'll be looking for your text, okay?
All right.
Okay.
What?
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.